Hello everyone, and welcome back to our channel. Today we're diving into a topic that's sparked much debate in both professional and personal circles: the Myers-Briggs Type Indicator, or MBTI. If you've ever taken a personality test, chances are it was the MBTI. It's incredibly popular, with millions worldwide using it to gain insights into their personalities, careers, and relationships. But how accurate and reliable is the MBTI really? Despite its widespread use, there are significant criticisms and limitations that many of us might not be aware of. That's what we'll be exploring in today's video. So, is the MBTI as reliable as it seems, or are we buying into a myth? In this video, we'll uncover the scientific criticisms, the potential oversimplifications, and the effects of its commercialization. Stay until the end, as we promise to challenge your perceptions and provide a balanced view of the MBTI's true value. Let's get started. One of the primary criticisms of the Myers-Briggs Type Indicator is its lack of solid scientific basis. Catherine Cook Briggs and her daughter Isabel Briggs Myers developed the MBTI during the 1940s, inspired by Carl Jung's theories. However, unlike Jung's work, the MBTI hasn't withstood scientific scrutiny well. One major issue is its reliability. A reliable test should yield consistent results over time. But studies have shown that as many as 50% of people receive different MBTI types when retested after a few weeks. This inconsistency raises serious questions about its utility. Let's bring in some expert opinions to shed more light on this.
Critics often highlight the MBTI's lack of empirical support. Many psychologists argue that it doesn't meet the standard criteria for psychological testing. While it's popular and people find it relatable, its categorical nature sorting people into distinct types oversimplifies the complexities of human personality. Most psychological research supports a dimensional approach to personality, like the Big Five model, which considers traits on a spectrum.
Critics also question the validity of the MBTI, arguing it fails to measure what it claims. They argue that the four dichotomies of the MBTI don't capture the full range of human personality, and that its binary approach can be limiting. For example, the MBTI forces a person to choose between being an introvert or extrovert, when most people exhibit traits of both, depending on the context. This simplification can lead to inaccurate or incomplete portrayals of personality. So, while the MBTI might offer some insights, its scientific reliability and validity are areas of significant concern. As we move forward, we'll examine more aspects of the MBTI and its criticisms. Stay with us as we dive deeper. Another major criticism of the MBTI is its tendency to oversimplify complex human personalities. While it can be appealing to fit into one of 16 distinct types, human behavior and personality are far more nuanced than these categories suggest. The MBTI's binary choices, such as introvert versus extrovert, thinking versus feeling, force individuals into one category or the other, ignoring the fact that many people exhibit traits of both sides depending on the situation. This dichotomous approach can lead to a distorted view of personality. Let's consider a few concrete examples to illustrate this point. Take someone categorized as an introvert because they enjoy spending time alone to recharge. However, this same person might be very outgoing and socially active in certain environments, like family gatherings or among close friends. By labeling them as introvert, we miss out on understanding the full spectrum of their social behavior. Similarly, someone classified as a thinker might prefer logical decision-making at work, but rely on their emotions and values in personal relationships. The rigid MBTI categories can overlook these contextual nuances. To illustrate this further, let's look at a case study. Meet Jessica, a marketing manager who initially found her MBTI results helpful, but soon realized the limitations.
When I first took the MBTI, I was categorized as an ENTJ, the commander. It made sense because I'm decisive and strategic at work. However, I noticed that in my personal life, especially with my family, I tend to be more nurturing and considerate of others' feelings, which are traits associated with the feeling preference. The MBTI didn't capture this duality in my personality.
Jessica's experience highlights a common issue with MBTI categorization. People often feel constrained by their assigned type, leading to a limited understanding of their behaviors and potential. Moreover, the MBTI's static nature doesn't account for personal growth and change over time. Individuals' preferences and behaviors can shift as individuals develop, making a once-accurate MBTI type less relevant. Ultimately, while the MBTI can provide a starting point for understanding personality, its oversimplified categories fail to capture human behavior's dynamic and multifaceted nature. Stay with us as we explore more criticisms and limitations of the MBTI in the next segment. Next, we'll tackle another significant aspect: the commercialization and popularity of the MBTI. While its widespread use has brought attention to the importance of understanding personality, this commercialization has also raised questions about its credibility. The MBTI has grown into a multi-million-dollar industry, with various products and services ranging from personality tests and books to workshops and corporate training programs. This commercialization has undoubtedly contributed to its popularity, but has also introduced potential biases and marketing influences that can impact scientific validity. Critics argue that the financial incentives tied to the MBTI's promotion may overshadow the importance of rigorous scientific scrutiny. With companies and organizations heavily investing in MBTI-based training programs, there's a concern that the focus is often on profitability rather than the tool's psychological accuracy. To explore this further, we spoke with Dr. Laura Mitchell, a psychologist who studied commercialization's impact on personality assessments.
The MBTI's commercial success has played a significant role in its widespread acceptance, but this has come at a cost. The heavy marketing push often glosses over the tool's limitations and the lack of empirical support. Many organizations adopt the MBTI because it's well-known and easy to implement, but they may not realize that more scientifically robust tools are available.
Dr. Mitchell's insights highlight the potential disconnect between popularity and scientific validity. The allure of a simple, easy-to-understand framework can lead to an over-reliance on MBTI, sometimes at the expense of more comprehensive and accurate assessments. Additionally, the MBTI's presence in popular culture, from online quizzes to celebrity personality types, further entrenches its perceived credibility. However, this widespread visibility can also dilute its accuracy as simplified versions of the test proliferate, often without proper validation or oversight. While the MBTI's commercialization has made it accessible and familiar to many, it has also introduced biases that can affect how it's perceived and used. The profit potential can sometimes overshadow the need for critical examination and scientific rigor. As we see, the MBTI's journey from a psychological tool to a commercial product has significantly shaped its credibility and usage. Understanding this context is crucial for anyone considering MBTI as a serious personal or professional development tool. As we conclude our critical examination of the Myers-Briggs Type Indicator, let's recap the key points we've covered today. We've discussed the MBTI's scientific validity and reliability, highlighting significant criticisms from the psychological community. We also explored how the MBTI can oversimplify complex human personalities, often failing to capture the full spectrum of individual differences. Lastly, we examined how commercialization has influenced the widespread acceptance of the MBTI, sometimes at the expense of scientific rigor. It's important to acknowledge that while the MBTI has its limitations, it can still offer value to many people. Understanding personality traits can provide a starting point for personal growth and self-discovery. However, it's crucial to approach the MBTI with a critical mind and be aware of its scientific shortcomings. Thank you for joining us in this critical examination of the MBTI. We appreciate your time and engagement. If you found this discussion enlightening, please like, subscribe, and share this video. In the comments below, we would love to hear your thoughts and experiences with MBTI. Don't miss our final video in the series, Closing the Chapter, MBTI Discoveries and What's Ahead, where we will summarize key takeaways, provide action items, and offer resources for further exploration. The link is in the description below. See you there.